Alrighty, Steeler Nation. I feel like this kind of a setup for the topic I'm about to discuss, like that I'm in the middle in a shopping mart. I'm outside of the shopping mart or shopping mall, as you guys call it, talking to myself in a car about this subject, which makes no sense. Najee Harris is running back number 1. Jaylen Warren is running back number 2. Moment of silence. Najee Harris is running back number 1. Jaylen Warren is not running back number 2. What are we doing? What are we doing? All around Twitter, I see the narrative now because Najee Harris hasn't been performing in the last 2 preseason games that Warren can be a running back number 1. Now, you guys all know that I like Jaylen Warren. And like I said, I feel like this setup with me, with my half lighting, with my floodlights, myself in a car, ranting about running back, I feel like this is a pretty good setup. I'm not always here, but I just feel like I just got to get this off my chest because I don't understand this narrative around that Najee Harris is a bust. People are talking about they want to trade him. They want to push him back to running back number 2. And Jaylen Warren could be running back number 1. Najee Harris is running back number 1, and here's why. The last few years, he's got 1,000 yards plus. I think 1,000 yards in the last 2 years, going into his 3rd year. And the Steelers had a pretty bad O-line, right? They also had... Jaylen Warren was undrafted last year. So just because he's had one big run, I don't think means that you're going to have him as running back number 1. That's one of the points I want to bring up. But I see this narrative all through Steeler Nation, articles, tweets, and, they're saying that Najee Harris can't run big. Does he have to? Does he need to be the guy that can run 70 yards? Why can't he just chip away and be physical? I want to see a guy like Najee play, and I want to see a guy like Jaylen Warren work together. Why is it that when Steeler Nation has something like this, we can't support the cast and we can't get around the team of both players? We have to choose one and say, this guy has to be this guy. This guy needs to be number 1. In terms and case of receiver number 1, it needs to be Pickens, not Deontay. It needs to be Deontay, not Pickens. Why can't we just be happy and have both? Why can't we have Najee Harris being running back number 1 and Jaylen Warren being number 2, the 1-2 punch, where Najee Harris does all the physical work and runs into the box, gets smashed, takes on defenders, got guys flinging off him, palming and doing all that kind of work. And then Jaylen Warren can be the change of pace guy, speed guy on the outside and run away for a home run. Don't get it. Me and Maddie talk about this on today's episode, or one of our podcasts on TDU. We go over it. There's going to be another video coming out about it. I just don't understand that there's no logic to me to go and trade away Najee Harris. You've got him for the 5-year contract. He's going to get 1,000 yards this year. I believe that Jaylen Warren will get 1,000 yards as well. Just because Najee Harris hasn't played that many snaps in preseason, it doesn't mean we should be putting him behind Jaylen Warren. It actually makes no sense to me. I think it's one of the laziest takes I think I've seen going around the internet. And here's the thing too. As my car starts to fog up, because I'm getting ranted. This is all based off 3 carries. 3 carries. It's based off 3 carries that Najee Harris has done, and he's had limited work, and Mike Tomlin has a plan for him this year because he doesn't want to see him get hurt or get injured. And I just simply don't understand. I really don't understand it. He's had 3 carries. Warren's had a few. He had 1 big carry, and actually it was 3 carries on the day. Najee Harris had 2 and 1 carry in the game before, and Jaylen Warren had 1 carry for 67 yards. And ever since then, they've been talking about, will this guy and will the 2 running backs switch from running back number 1 to running back number 2? I simply don't understand it. I really don't. Wherever my camera is, I don't understand it. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I am open for discourse if you agree with the switch. If the Steelers should switch Najee Harris to running back number 2 and Jaylen Warren to 1. If you agree with that, fine. If you don't agree with that, like me, I think it's a silly idea. I think Najee Harris is very talented. He's a great physical back. He plays the position different to Warren. Yes, he's only had, I think his longest carry is 27 yards or 37 yards. Fine. He plays it different. But we need that guy like him in the goal line settings where we couldn't get into the goal line. We need that guy like him to play physical, play tough, and take on defenders that other guys, other running backs won't do that. So I'm not saying that Warren won't do that. I'm just saying Najee Harris is a physical running back, and we need him for this team. We do not want to demote him to running back number 2. That to me is crazy. All right, that's it, guys. That's it for my car rant. I just felt like that needed that. That needed a car rant for today. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Can we stop the narrative, please? Can we stop that narrative? Najee Harris is running back number 1. He's going to get 1,000 yards. I think he'll get 10 plus TDs this year. And I think Warren will get 1,000 yards as well. I'll see you later.